YouTube. All right, we're adding this to YouTube here. Excited to be part of YouTube.
Sweet. Welcome, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Keenan Olson, so I'm one of the community managers for Chainlink. Very excited to have everyone here for the hackathon. We ended up having a limit of 100 people on this, so what we're going to do is we're going to move everyone to YouTube to follow us along there. You can also be able to drop your questions into the YouTube live chat, and then I'll be able to bring those over. And this way we can get our speakers onto here. So let me share with everyone the link that's still on here. We can get our speakers onto here. Just going to drop it into one of the Q&A. So yeah, if you go to the Q&A, there's a YouTube link, and you can also just go onto our YouTube, and it's right there. I'll drop it into the Discord channel for everyone. Really appreciate everyone's understanding. Sweet, looks like we're seeing everyone here in the YouTube chat. Awesome. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining in there. Feel free to drop your questions in there. If you have questions, I'll just be monitoring this, and I can just filter them over for any of our speakers. This will be able to get us a whole lot more. I think there's a couple hundred that are trying to get in. So really appreciate it, as Patrick was saying, you know, living in the digital world. So we'll get started back up again just shortly. Sergey should be coming on any minute now. Otherwise, everyone in the YouTube chat, where's everyone calling in from today? Hi, Shane. Toronto. Sweet. Yeah, we'll see if the Raptors win. Cool. And yeah, again, really want to thank all of our sponsors and guest judges for this hackathon. All this wouldn't be able to be done without them. Patrick and Diana and the rest of the team here at Chainlink have really been working really hard to put this all together. So really excited to see this all come together. Again, can't be done without our sponsors. See, good question here, J.A. Keenan, what are you most excited about on the hackathon? One of the things I'm honestly super excited about is seeing things, one, get built with Chainlink VRF. I think there's a lot of huge potential being able to build different games. But I'm also really excited to see, you know, Polkadot, Tezos, some of these other chains, and seeing if there's anyone, you know, can build different decentralized applications on any of these platforms that we really don't see that often.
So Keenan, I'm gonna jump in just to cut you off here. Sorry about that, guys. A couple of technical difficulties. Thank you for moving over to YouTube here, but we have Sergey with us now. Really excited to have him. He is, like I said, it looks like he dropped off. We had Sergey with us now. Oh, awesome. We have Sergey with us now. Thank you so much for joining, Sergey. Really excited to talk to you. And without further ado, here's Sergey.
Hi, guys. How's it going? So we're live and we're late, is that right?
Correct. We are live.
Makes sense. Host has disabled screen sharing.
who are now a
And the
co-host. Yes.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Hi, can you see my screen? I'm guessing you can.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming to our hackathon. I think it's exciting. We're building cool stuff. I'm excited. You're excited. I'm sure we're going to build a lot of cool stuff. So I think one of the first things to look at is what are we trying to achieve here? I think what we're trying to do is combine different forms of definitive truth. So blockchains make definitive truth about smart contract state. They record things very well. They create tamper-proof gaming, tamper-proof financial products, tamper-proof insurance, because they can store the state in a way that is highly reliable, transparent, and can be relied upon by the large multitude of users out there. And that's quite exciting because it's a new way for people to relate to each other in terms of contractual obligations. I've always been very interested in it because I think it'll actually change the way society functions. And I think you're starting to see how both in developed markets and in emerging markets, it's changing society in different ways. I think that's really the body of work that blockchains and our industry seeks to excel on. It's how do we make contractual agreements work in a way where systematic financial risk, financial crisis doesn't really happen in developed markets? And how do we get emerging markets to a point where they can have all the ability to save money, to combat inflation, have insurance products, and have various other contractual capabilities that we take for granted, right? Which will net improve their productivity and also improve the productivity of the developed market, increase globalization, drive down prices, make all of our lives better, once again, through the help of technology. So that's the body of work I think we're all engaged in. This hackathon is definitely a part of that. And it's an opportunity for people to really put their creativity forward and make something truly unique. Now, in this context, I think it's important to understand the new tools that you're working with. So traditionally, in most hackathons, you'd be making a token or making something where you move a token around. And while that's exciting and interesting in its own way, and it provides a lot of value into the space, I think what our hackathon is about more is how do we build the proper connection with other systems? How do we include weather data, market price data, all kinds of various pieces of data that can suddenly make entirely new categories of contracts come to life? And I think this hackathon is your opportunity to put forward the creativity and the time you have while inside due to Corona and whatever reasons there might be to kind of make something truly unique. I think that the thing to think about here is that in token land, a lot of things have been tried, right? And now people are expanding to NFTs and other things, but there's been a lot of iterations there by a lot of people. The amount of iterations on smart contract designs that use external data is much, much less. So it's much more open for innovation and more open for creative ideas to do something truly unique. And so that's what we hope to see at this hackathon, in addition to possibly anything that people come up with to help Chainlink work better or help the ecosystem tooling work better or something like that. Now, I think you already see this being proven out because the first use of it is these DeFi contracts, which are basically financial products around interest, certain derivatives, and various other initially simple but more and more advanced financial products. And I think making these financial products exist on chain is really a huge leap forward. And it's reflected by the amount of value that has really flowed into these products. But I think that value is just getting started. And so that's one category where I think you can come up with something innovative is how do I build a decentralized financial product of some kind? How does that use Chainlink? How do I reinvent the global financial system and the world of financial products using blockchains and oracles combined, these two formats for definitive truth, one storing the state, the other one providing definitive truth about data. Once they're combined, you can now replicate all of these financial products in the format of definitive truth, of highly reliable tamper-proof digital agreements. I think the reason that it's just getting started is that there's a very, very small percentage in DeFi. So DeFi is a pretty open field right now. You have some people who have built some things, but you have a lot of people composing different building blocks. You have them using oracles in different ways. You have all kinds of new data we've put on chain, more data that we're going to put on chain, whether that's crypto prices, indexes, oil, gold, various other commodities. So there's a whole bunch of different types of data out there around which people can build these financial products. And I think that there's a huge amount of value that's still to flow into DeFi, just by virtue of the fact that people want to use that value in the form of these financial products. And there's such a small amount of it already in this space. So the amount right now is still relatively small. For this, I think you can use our price reference data networks, various other configurations of Oracle networks to provide validated data into the reference contracts that are similar to the ones that our users make, but also in some cases more advanced. You're welcome to make them. We're excited to see what you build. And once again, I think there's a lot of room for innovation and growth in DeFi, whether it's composing the existing building blocks or making something completely new using various data sources that we make available and can successfully turn into definitive truth. The next category of things is really around how do we take the rest of the world's value, right? So here you'll see DeFi is a relatively small few set of pixels. Cryptocurrencies is there as well, but then there's all this other value. There's gold, there's the equity markets, there's global real estate, there's the massive derivatives markets. And how do we take all of these markets and slowly transition them, or in some cases, hopefully quickly transition them into a smart contract form? Now, with the appearance of definitive truth about data, in addition to the definitive truth about state, you can do this, right? And these are the other categories of very exciting smart contracts that aren't yet built, that can be built. And once again, I think the thing to keep in mind is that the amount of iterations that people have done on tokens has been very large. There's been a lot of people building a lot of things related to tokens for years. But the amount of people that have successfully built DeFi, successfully built more advanced smart contracts is still not too large. And so I think there's a lot of space to think about how do I get all the world's other value into an insurance contract, into a financial product, into something for global trade, into fraud-proof gaming, all completely open categories for exciting new things to be built even at this hackathon. What a lot of this is going to be based on, I think, is reasoning through what are the unique guarantees that definitive truth provides, right? So what are the unique guarantees that combining definitive truth about data with definitive truth about state and creating a new type of smart contract by combining those, what does that combination do that's unique? How is that combination better than existing systems? And I'm going to walk through some examples now, but in the case of gaming, you can make fraud-proof gaming. In the case of financial products, you can make low counterparty risk, highly transparent, high-yield financial products. In the case of insurance, you can make insurance products that are guaranteed to operate regardless of the local legal system, just based on data. And so they're extremely reliable, and they can actually be used in all kinds of geographies where you wouldn't usually have insurance. So you're really seeing a large variety of use cases that you can build, but they all have this same tendency of how do I improve on the guarantees that are out there today by combining definitive truth about data with definitive truth about contract state together. And once you combine those two things, you open an entire universe of what you can build, which I have always found quite exciting. And I think that what you can build there is going to really change even certain people's perspectives on what can be made even from this hackathon. So I think to reason about not only DeFi, but these other categories would also be useful. I think that the first place where you could look is maybe even Chainlink VRF. You can get randomness, and that randomness can be verifiable. And so it can be considered a highly reliable input into various blockchain-based gaming, into various security capabilities within other applications. You basically get a source of truth about randomness as far as it's verifiably random. And this can be combined into various exciting games, NFT generation, any number of other things that you have a math-based guarantee that's inherently different from the brand-based guarantee people are used to. And I think this is a very simple initial input around which you can build a lot of cool things. There are other more advanced categories, and the other more advanced categories are things like weather. So weather data is something we've recently been able to get into an insurance product. I'm personally very excited about that because you start to see a massive amount of value from being able to generate insurance in all kinds of geographies where it wouldn't traditionally exist. But this is a more advanced use case. This is actually going out there and getting various APIs, combining them using Chainlink nodes, making evaluators to define whether a condition was met, and then finally triggering some kind of payment outcome or outcome in an actual insurance product. So this is just a more advanced example, but you can build DeFi, you can use randomness to do things in gaming, or you can build more advanced examples like this using all kinds of creative combinations of data from places and data sources we might have not thought about before. The other category of things that I think could be worked on at this hackathon are around accelerating these cycles, right? So how do I increase the amount of APIs available within Chainlink? How do I properly generate enough data about the security of nodes to prove their security, to incentivize node operators to provide even greater security guarantees, right? So there's categories around how do I use definitive truth to generate DeFi products, fraud-proof gaming products, insurance products, global trade products. There's also categories around how do I build how do I build improvements to the Chainlink tooling ecosystem? How do I create a tool that can either allow people to more easily consume data to create new smart contracts, or how do I create a tool that proves or improves the security of Chainlink nodes? Even just proving that the security is there is enough to make people more comfortable with creating more contracts. So that's another category. And then we have a program for accelerating this, and that's the grant program. So if you build something in this hackathon that's going to really kind of improve the Chainlink ecosystem, who knows? We might give it a grant. Depends what comes out of it. But I think these are the exciting categories, right? You can reinvent the global financial system. You can with DeFi, you can reinvent how gaming works in a fraud-proof way, which I think is actually quite fascinating and quite useful, because gaming needs to improve its guarantees to users. Or you can look at other industries like global trade, insurance, or if you're so inclined, you can actually build some kind of tooling or set of tools that the Chainlink ecosystem could use to accelerate the rate at which data is put into Chainlinks, to accelerate the clarity that people get from the network, any number of possible tools. So those are the categories that I had in mind. But obviously, this hackathon is really about your creativity and what you can come up with. So I'm absolutely thrilled to see things we haven't thought of or we've never talked about, and we're very excited to have you here and excited to see what you build. And we're here to help. And there's going to be a lot of people around with resources and all the docs and everything else you need to build something cool. So thank you for coming to the hackathon. Thank you for building something cool. We're all very excited to see what gets built, and for all the winners and for everybody that participated. I think it's very interesting what we can make here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sergey. Thank you for all those inspirational words and talking about literally everything you said there is ushering in this new age of smart contracts, and we're really excited. So without further ado, we're going to get into a little bit more of the meat and bones of the hackathon here. We're going to talk about kind of how the hackathon works, the duration, the projects that we'd like to see, and everything else as well. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Keenan, Patrick, thank you. Great to see you.
Thank you so much, Sergey. Appreciate it. Awesome. So like I mentioned, we're going to get into a little bit more of the meat and bones. And again, that was Sergey. Thank you. Sergey is phenomenal that, we had him here to speak, and yeah, it's off to the races. So let's get into some of the prizes. So, and how the hackathon works and everything around that. So here are the main prizes that you guys are going to be working for. So there's the grand prize winner. This is the best overall project, which is going to be $8,000 in Link tokens. So we have a massive panel of judges and a whole bunch of judging criteria, which I'll get into in just a minute, but that is the main prize here. We also then have 3 tracks for anybody to build off of. We have the top decentralized finance or DeFi project with $4,000 in Link. We have the top gaming / NFT. We heard Sergey talk a lot about that as well, and using verifiably random function, the Chainlink VRF, to make these gaming and NFT applications. And then we have a top just anything goes. If you make something really cool, you can put it in that track, and that's also $4,000 in Link. So those 3 tracks are opt-in. So when you go to submit them on DevPost, you say, hey, my project is DeFi, my project is VRF, my project is gaming, etc. Then we have 10 runner-up projects. So even if you don't hit, any of those metrics, you can still win one of these runner-ups. And again, these are all $500 in Link. And then, yeah, you don't even have to be a grand prize winner to build something phenomenal. And we've also seen projects that, are runner-up or don't even make that do kind of get to that stage where they're grant worthy. So a lot of opportunity here to build a lot of really cool things. So here's the judging criteria, and this accounts for not only the Chainlink projects, but also the every other project as well. It's going to be the technical difficulty, successful implementation of the project, the applicability, and your creativity. We're really looking for interesting, difficult projects that are built really well. So, and again, it doesn't have to be a fully functioning piece. The more functioning, the better. But if you get your MVP done and you say, hey, this is really cool, and you present it a fantastic way, then that's great. So for the Chainlink prizes as well, you do have to make a state change on whatever chain you're working with, like Ethereum or otherwise, to your smart contract. So you have to use the oracles to make a state change. So so those are the judging criteria there. There's a lot of logistics here. Hopefully, most of you guys have been to the Discord or have gotten some of our emails. That's going to be where you can find this information as well. It's just some key pieces to go over here. You can register throughout the hackathon. If a friend says, oh, I kind of want to join, then absolutely send them the link, have them join. There's no cutoff period. It is a rolling registration. Discord is going to be our primary communication platform for talking about updates, for events, for workshops, as well as support. So if you have a question, feel free to jump in the Discord, say, oh, I don't know how to do this. Oh, I don't know how to do Y. And the team's going to be there. And like I said before, the community is going to be there to help you out. You can find the calendar with all the events on the homepage and in the announcements channel of Discord. So these are for the workshops. These are going to be for the closing ceremony. These are going to be for all the fun little bits and pieces that goes throughout the hackathon. After this event, we have a Find Teammates event. So at the end of this, we're going to jump to the Find Teammates. We're going to jump over to the Discord. And we're going to, start building some teams. And, also feel free in the intros and the welcome hackathon. A lot of people are saying, hey, my name is, X, I've done this, I've done that. Feel free to DM each other if you see something that might align. And that's also a really good way to build teams here. But we're going to have two of these, one right after this, and then another one tomorrow at 8 a.m. So those are going to be the two team finding events. All can be found on the main hackathon page, and the workshops will be uploaded to YouTube. So if you cannot make a workshop, those resources will still be available for you. So when you do submit your projects, please submit them early. Please submit them often. All the submissions will be through the dev post page. You do need to submit your code, a description, and a video/demo explanation with an optional link to a working demo. If you host your site or if you host the UI of your project, that is optional, but you do need to submit your code, description, and a video as well. So yeah, now we're going to jump into some of the prizes. I'm going to unshare my screen for just a second here. And then I'm going to reshare my screen. Our first prize is actually from the Aave team, and it's a little bit late for them. So they sent us a video explaining their prizes. So this is for Aave's sponsorship prizes here.
Hello, fellow hackers. I'm David Trong, a builder and developer at Aave, and welcome to the Chainlink Hackathon. It's awesome to have you here, and we hope you build on Aave while you're attending this hackathon. So a quick introduction to those that don't know, Aave is a money market lending protocol. So what that means is on one side, we have depositors, and depositors can deposit various assets into the protocol, and immediately they'll earn interest. They'll receive A tokens in return, which are tokenized deposits. And on the other side, we have borrowers, and borrowers at any time can also request to borrow from the protocol at either stable or variable interest rates. And in return, they'll receive those funds. They can also repay those loans at any time whenever they see fit. So the main protocol features of Aave that you as hackers will probably be using are things like depositing. So when you deposit, you start earning interest immediately. You receive A tokens in return, and A tokens are one-to-one pegged with the underlying asset. So that makes it really easy to be able to see how much interest a user is earning. We also have an interest redirection feature. So that means that users don't have to gain the interest in the account that made the deposit. They can send that interest to another contract or another user, similar to donating to charity, or I think
I'm sorry about that.
And borrowing, whereby a depositor can create a vault and they essentially delegate the borrow power to someone else and let that someone else borrow from the protocol without that person having to deposit into the protocol. And then flash loans, which is a widely used feature by a lot of developers, allows you to have a no collateral loan up to any amount that's available in the protocol, as long as you pay back the loan and a small fee before the end of the transaction. So besides these features, we also have more than 20 assets listed on the main Aave protocol market, and we also have multiple markets. So we have a Uniswap market, which allows Uniswap LPs, liquidity providers, to use those LP tokens as collateral to borrow other stable coins, which is a pretty cool feature. So the prizes that we have for this hackathon, we're giving away 2 prizes of $2,500 AUSDC. Since it's an AUSDC, which is an A token, that means that when you receive it, it'll be slightly more because it's already gaining interest, which is really cool. And we're going to be awarding the best integration of Aave and Chainlink. But do note that we already use Chainlink as a price oracle, so you have to try a bit harder than simply using it as a price oracle. But it's really open-ended, so we're super excited to see what you come up with. Here's some resources. I'd really recommend you visit the top one, the Hack Docs. I wrote it, and we attended quite a few hackathons, and yet follow those requirements and suggestions in those documents. If you need to get a hold of any of the developers, you can jump on our Discord, but also on the Chainlink Discord will be around. Then also our developer docs are pretty good, so check them out as well. But yeah, good luck, and I hope you have a lot of fun and win some awesome prizes in this hackathon. Thanks.
Thank you so much, David. That was the Aave prizes. Again, looking to build something really cool with the Aave platform. Those prizes are fantastic. And again, like you said, they're in the Discord, we're in the Discord. So if you have questions, feel free to jump on there for some help. So next is going to be the Tezos prizes. So let me share that. All right. And these are going to be the Tezos prizes with Mr. Charlie.
Hey everyone, my name is Charlie Weiser, and I'm the Ecosystem Development Lead at TQ Tezos. And along with the Cryptonomic and SmartPi teams, we're extremely excited to participate in this Chainlink hackathon and to work with hackathon participants who are building products on Tezos that use Chainlink oracles. So you'll hear more about Chainlink and Tezos later on this week in a workshop that will be led by the Cryptonomic team, who's been an integral team and with the SmartPi team on actually the technical side of the integration. And right now, I'll be going a little bit over the prizes and bounties that are available to those who are building on Tezos and using Chainlink oracles. So in total, there's a $10,000 prize pool, and we've split the categories into 3 buckets. First is decentralized finance and payments and on-chain settlement. So that's one category. The second category is prediction markets. And then the third category is data feeds on Tezos using Chainlink oracles. And this could be data feeds for both financial and non-financial markets. And in each of these categories, the first place winner will receive a $2,000 USD prize, and the second place winner will receive a $1,000 USD prize. And that obviously with 3 categories adds up to $9,000 in total, and there will be a fourth category that is a judge's choice category. And this could be for submissions that don't necessarily fall into one of these categories, but are still products that are built on Tezos and that use Chainlink oracles. And the winner of this judge's choice category will win $1,000. And so now to dive into these categories, I'll give some examples and specifics of submissions that we want to see. So for the DeFi payments and on-chain settlement category, we're looking to see submissions of insurance applications that use data from Chainlink oracles. So for example, this could be a micro insurance application for getting weather insurance before going out for a socially distanced picnic with some friends. Another example in this category is an application that triggers settlements on-chain using off-chain data from Chainlink oracles. So second, for the prediction markets category, fairly self-explanatory. One example is a weather forecasting prediction market, and then another is a sports competitions prediction market. And this is using the data provided by Chainlink oracles. And so lastly, for the data feeds category, we're excited to see participants use Chainlink oracles to add a wide variety of both financial and non-financial market data to Tezos. And for example, a USD XTZ price oracle that could be used to auction off products like an iPad on Tezos. And another is using these data feeds on Tezos provided by Chainlink oracles for visualization tools that show the historical price data of various assets. That could be a wide variety of assets, cryptocurrencies, traditional stocks and whatnot. So visualization tools for that. And so in summary, the three categories the three categories for the Tezos bounties are DeFi, payments, and on-chain settlement, and prediction markets, and then also data feeds on Tezos. And all submissions must use Chainlink oracles. So we're super excited to be involved in this hackathon and look forward to engaging with participants who are building on Tezos and using Chainlink oracles. So thank you a lot.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Charlie. And so we also have Mike as well to quickly explain the workshop that they're going to be giving from the Tezos platform as well. Mike?
Hi, guys. Hi, guys. I hope you can hear me.
Yep.
I'm Mike from Cryptonomic. Thanks, Patrick, and thanks, Chainlink, for having us on board for this. We're very excited to be part of it. I'm on the judges panel, but more importantly, I'll be helping you guys hands-on to build your projects on Tezos using our tools. This Thursday, I'll be hosting a workshop to help you get started on Tezos with Kinsey.js library and our infrastructure service, Nautilus Cloud, along with a very powerful smart contract development and simulation tool from our friends at Smart Chain Arena, and that's SmartPy. We hope to make this interesting and smooth experience for you on Tezos. If you can't wait to get started, you can find us on Twitter or the official Discord. I'm there for you. I'm CryptoMike. I wish you guys good luck. And if you need help, please ask questions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Mike. And now we have the Loopring team explaining their prizes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Brecht de Vos. I work at Loopring. I'm the chief architect. Loopring is a layer 2 solution for Ethereum. So we are a ZK rollup. We do very cheap transfers and trades, spot trades on Ethereum. So we are working on our next protocol. So our current version is live since the beginning of this year. But there's a couple of improvements we can do and some extra functionality that we are working on now. And we are planning on launching our next version in December. And one of the things that's improved, like with the high gas costs, things like onboarding is like one of the major bottlenecks of actually getting users on layer 2. So that's one of the problems we solved. The other thing that another new feature that we will add is AMMs. So AMMs are quite popular, you could say, currently. So a lot of forking of different AMMs going on. And that's what we will also enable on layer 2. So there's very cheap swaps being available on layer 2 instead of completely using up Ethereum itself, using like 100,000 gas, or even more to do a simple swap. We'll be able to do simple swaps at 500 gas or even lower. So it's like a 200x improvement which will be like a very big benefit to like the complete ecosystem, I think. So yeah, so we enable AMM swaps on layer 2, but there's still like some creativity that's going to be going on at the layer 1. So at layer 1, there will be AMM pools, and in these AMM pools, people will be able to implement different AMM logic, different curve logic that will directly be available on layer 2. So people will still be able to write smart contracts, and those smart contracts will just need to be able to have a little bit of glue between layer 1 and layer 2, and that's how that's how we will still keep composability on Ethereum while still having the very small costs on layer 2. So we will have 2 bounties in this hackathon. One is for like a bounty that won't have any like external dependencies, like an AMM pool without any external dependencies, like Uniswap or Balancer, which has some benefits, like people can just create a pool with any between any tokens, and it will just work. The other bounty will be for an AMM pool that will use Chainlink as an oracle, because if you have an oracle, then you can do some additional improvements on top of like the simple Uniswap curve, for example. So as an example, Banker version 2 or Dodo, they use oracles to do things like liquidity amplification. So even if there's like less liquidity in a pool compared to Uniswap, still you can just modify the curve in such a way that the slippage will be a lot less than just doing the simple Uniswap curve. So both bounties will have a price of $1,500, and yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what people come up with. So yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and excited to have you here and excited to have you sponsoring. Next on the list is going to be Tegan from The Graph. She's here, but she also sent in a video.
Hi everyone, it's Tegan Klein. I focus on all things business for The Graph, so business development, partnerships, and GRT relations. It's an honor to be here at the Chainlink Hackathon. A massive thank you to Patrick and the Chainlink team. As many of you know, The Graph and Chainlink are partners, and I know that everyone is a Chainlink partner, but the reason that this one is very exciting is because The Graph queries and indexes on-chain data, and now with the partnership with Chainlink, all Oracle data can also now be indexed and queried via The Graph. So we're bringing this to the real world as well. The Graph is offering 2 bounties of $1,500 each for subgraphs that are built during this hackathon. And you can think of subgraphs like open APIs that are powering many of the applications on Ethereum and IPFS today, like Uniswap, Synthetics, many others. So the categories are 1, the best new subgraph built, and the second is the best new subgraph that's used as an oracle. In the event that you do subgraph Chainlink Oracle data, you are actually eligible to receive both the Graph's bounty as well as Chainlink's bounty. So a great example of this was a few weeks ago, Melon made a subgraph for all the price feed data for their fund. So you can kind of look to this as an example while you're building with the Graph and Chainlink. We are really looking forward to making open data more accessible on blockchains, as well as off-chain data easier to index and query. I look forward to judging all of your amazing things that you build during this hackathon. Good luck, everyone, and see you at the end.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tegan and The Graph. Really excited to have you as well. Next is going to be the ENS team. We have Brantley here. How you doing, Brantley?
Good. All right, here I am. Great. So I'm from the Ethereum name service. We are the leading blockchain-based naming service. We're in 158 services, including Chainlink. We love Chainlink. We use the Chainlink price oracle for our system. And we've done a lot of things with them. Recently, they gave us a grant to do a bunch of different things. So we love Chainlink. For this hackathon, we're offering 5 prizes of $150 each to the 5 best projects that make use of ENS. Although somebody could build something, that's very specific to ENS, the way we think about it is that your dApp isn't finished until it has ENS. So whatever else you're building, if there's ever an Ethereum address or cryptocurrency address, because we support all cryptocurrencies, or some sort of hash that is exposed to users, they should be seeing an ENS name instead. So whether that they're entering an ENS name, or maybe there's a reverse resolution where you display an ENS name instead, that's what we'd like to see. So whatever else you're building, just throw an ENS and you can win an easy $150. So we're happy to be a part of this.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we love ENS as well. Thank you for being here and appreciate that. So next on the list, we have Hilmar from the Gelato team. How are you, Hilmar?
Hey, Patrick. How's it going? Let me just share my video real quick. Everyone, it's quite late here in Germany, so I will keep it short. And nice shirt you're wearing today, Patrick. I really like it. So yeah, maybe what's Gelato? Gelato is basically an infrastructure or like a tool that lets you automate smart contract executions on Ethereum. So what that means basically is, rather than having your users manually monitor state or conditions on Ethereum, for example, prices that are fed in by Chainlink, you can actually automate the submission of certain transactions when these state variables change. So when, for example, the Chainlink Oracle price for ETH changes to $400, then on behalf of the users, you will automatically execute a trade on Uniswap, for example. And there are like several use cases you can think of. Like a couple of projects used Gelato in the past, and one, for example, used Chainlink's gas price oracle to create like an automatic Chai gas token minter. And gas tokens are like these gas tokens which you can use to reduce your transaction fees later on when gas prices are high. And you can automatically accumulate them on behalf of users when they're low, and then execute transactions when they're high. And you can reduce your transaction fees like that. Then like automated trading strategies on AMMs like Kyber, where you buy ETH every day automatically. And then cool stuff like automatically refinancing loans from Compound to Maker, for example, if interest rates change. And yeah, so we are looking for like cool automated use cases where basically these transactions are being executed on behalf of users, and they don't have to manually do them by themselves. And they're like limit orders on Uniswap, for example, is a cool use case. Automated salary payments, another one. And I think you can easily combine it with Chainlink, because like Chainlink and plus Gelato is just like really cool, because you get off-chain data and then you get automated executions on-chain, and the results just like an awesome user experience. In regards to the prices, we have 1K up for grasp, and basically the coolest and most innovative automation and the slickest interface, they will win it. But we are happy to support every one of you, and we are in Telegram, we are on Discord. Check us out on Twitter/Gelato Network, and just like talk to us. We are there most of the time. And yeah, we have a workshop next Monday, I believe, where we will walk you through how to basically use Gelato. We have some rough docs. They're not perfect yet. I wrote them last night, so they might be buggy. But just DM me on Telegram, easiest way to get in touch, and I help you out. Peace.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And again, super excited to have you here. Thank you for writing up those docs last night for us. Appreciate it. Right. So next we have Elena from Crypto Chicks.
Hi, guys. Thank you, Patrick, for inviting us to this hackathon to support and sponsor, and we're glad to be here. Crypto Chicks is the educational organization. We are taking care of the education, and mostly it was for youth, for women, and like for those who haven't even heard about the blockchain technology. We have several programs. We have our hackathons that we're running as well, and then we also have an educational program that we right now launching online, and we have Crypto Chicks Hatchery which is the program where we're converting the hackathon ideas and hackathon projects into businesses. And that's what we're offering at this hackathon. So the Chainlink participants are eligible now to join our CryptoChicks hatchery. So if you would like to develop your own startup and be successful, we have the entire program that we develop. You can go to CryptoChicks hatchery .com website and just check out the program. And most importantly, we have a $2,000 to give away this year for those who will build on Avi. So attention to those hackers who going to build on Avi. Even though if you don't win the prize at this hackathon, you can join our CryptoChicks hatchery and win there. And that's it. So you can also check it out us at cryptochicks.ca or cryptochickshatchery.com. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And again, that's the perfect example of saying, hey, these hackathons are really where it starts out, going from project to reality. CryptoChicks is a perfect example of that. So thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it. So next is going to be Corey from DMM, DeFi Money Markets.
Hey guys, can you guys hear me? Cool. All right. So I'm Corey, the CTO of DMM, or DeFi Money Market. First of all, I just wanted to thank Patrick and the rest of the Chainlink team for having us and giving us the ability to sponsor the hackathon. We're very big fans of Chainlink, and suffice to say that we run completely on top of you guys, and the sustainability and reliability of your network plays hand in hand with our security and ability to operate. So with that, DMM, just for those who do not know, is an interest earning protocol whereby we tokenize pools of real world assets and then award the interest to on-chain holders. The protocol from a technical perspective works very similar to Compound from a technical and both coding and engineering perspective. At the moment, we utilize Chainlink for our price feeds, for measuring the value of our ecosystem's collateralization using crypto, and also we use it for pulling the valuations of our real world asset pools into our smart contract ecosystem. We're also looking at further ways to integrate with Chainlink to do some very unique things as well, like tracking fiat funds and materializing real world events to, materializing DAO voting events into the real world. At the moment, you can find documentation for our smart contracts and the interfaces for them on our GitHub, as well as the deployed smart contract addresses. So what we're looking to do is sponsor the hackathon and have three prizes for $1,200 each in DMG for individuals that want to build cool things on top of our protocol. We have a couple ideas, for example, like building an AMM DEX using our M tokens, which are essentially derivatives of the underlying tokens. So like how Compound has CDAI, we have MDAI, and its underlying exchange rate is constantly going up. We have another example could be visual or analytics tools for tracking M tokens or our governance modules for voting. You can do things like open a PR or pull requests into our different repositories for different things if you want to just add the feature directly into there, or if you want to build a new project completely and host it yourself. There's definitely a lot of different examples or ways that you can go about it. And then another thing could just be something cool involving on-chain governments. We're at the moment expanding our governance contracts to allow for more capabilities, like for example, proxy voting and things along those lines. And so that's more of a newer feature, but you can see it in our GitHub that's being built out. So if you have any questions with that, especially before it's deployed and being used, definitely reach out to me. You can find us on Telegram. I think that I'm in the Chainlink Discord, but we should probably set up a channel for the hackathon specific questions for our protocol. And once again, it's 3 prizes of $1,200 each in DMG. Looking forward to working with you guys. If you have any questions, follow up, or want to just bounce ideas back and forth, by all means, please ping us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And yeah, we do have a DMM Discord channel. So we're hoping to see you in there, and we'll have some of the products, run some ideas by you. And again, thank you so much for being here. Really excited to have you.
Thanks again.
All right, cool. Moving right along. Now we have Brandon from Ampleforth. How's it going, Brandon?
Hey, doing pretty good. Hey, so I'm Brandon from Ampleforth. We're really excited to be sponsoring up to 3 $1,000 prizes to any project that builds with the Ample token. Now to qualify, you need to make use of something that makes Ample unique, so rather than just use it as a vanilla ERC20 placeholder or something like that. So if you're not familiar with the project, Ample is a base money digital currency, but with a supply that can adjust every day according to demand in the marketplace, right? So the protocol takes in the 24-hour volume weighted average price through Chainlink oracles, and then according to the rules in the blockchain, it will increase or decrease the supply. Now, the unique aspect of how it does this is that everyone is on equal standing. So when new coins get created or removed, it goes to or from all the users simultaneously in the system, proportional to what they own. So this means that we have a kind of unique currency here that has two qualities you don't normally see together. It's both non-dilutive, meaning that if you own 1% of the network, you always own 1% the same way Bitcoin is, but it also has a long-term equilibrium price target that unlocks denomination of more complex contracts and debt and that sort of thing. And then the unique incentives underlying the system lead to unique behaviors in the marketplace as well, which leads us to believe that it will be less correlated to the rest of digital currency market than others are currently, which makes it really interesting as a collateral asset. So some ideas about what you might do is any novel way of using Ample as collateral, or a way to unlock lending and borrowing with Ample. A way to use Ample on layer 2s is also really exciting. And then you can also do anything that uses Ample as a sort of payment mechanism too. So streaming payments like Sablier, but works with Elastic tokens, and lots of ideas like that. We'll be hanging out on Discord, so if you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer you. And really, really excited to see what you guys come up with.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brendan. And again, really excited to have you here. So thanks again. Next up, as we continue on, is going to be Hutch from the Polkadot team. And he also sent in a video here. So here is the Polkadot team.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Polkadot section of the Chainlink Hackathon. My name is Urban, and I work at the Web3 Foundation. I'm going to be taking you through what we've prepared in terms of prizes, but also give you some pointers in order how to get started, which resources to look at, and so on. So let's get right to it. In terms of prizes, we've prepared a total of $10,000 US worth of prizes, split amongst the first, second, and third submission. So we've got you split into 5, 3, and 1,000 for the first, second, and third, respectively. There is, however, a small catch. Now, what we allow is a very generic and general submission. So if you build something for the Polkadot ecosystem, you will receive 75% of that prize that you want. So either first, second, or third place. But if you build something that interconnects Polkadot and Chainlink, then you will receive the full 100% of the prize. So the additional 25% between the generic one and the Polkadot integration. We would absolutely love to see really good integrations. We would absolutely love to see apps, dApps at the intersection between these two ecosystems. So absolutely, we would love to incentivize you to do that as well. If we have a look at the actual technical part of it, what you're most likely going to be using is called Substrate. Now, Substrate is a framework that we use in the Polkadot ecosystem to build parachains. Now, parachains are essentially shards that connect to the Polkadot relay chain. But in order to build a shard, you would most likely use substrates, so the generic framework to do that. I'm not going to go into details which resources to use right now, because we've prepared a whole guide for you that you can look at, which consists of videos, tutorials, a playground, a wiki, technical explainers, as well as links to our Telegram, to the Substrate technical riot, and other chat platforms where you can actually get in touch with us. And we'd love you to get in touch. If you decide to build something at the intersection between Polkadot and Chainlink, we would absolutely love to have a chat with you. do get in touch. We'd love to answer any questions that you might have. But in order to expedite the process, Patrick from Chainlink is actually going to be doing a short tutorial specifically on the Chainlink and Polkadot integration. So do tune into that because it's going to be extremely informative. And do check out all the resources that we've prepared. Again, if you have any questions, do reach out. We'd absolutely love to chat with you. And that's it for me. I would love to wish everybody very happy hacking, and let the best developer, let the best hacker win.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Hutch. Really excited for the Polkadot team to be here as well. Okay, great. So last in our sponsorship lineup here is going to be Gregory from Dapp University. Let me cue that up here.
So I'm super excited to be a part of this hackathon, and unfortunately I couldn't be there today, so I want to make this quick video to tell you a little bit more about Dapp University and the prizes that we're going to give away for being a part of this. So really quickly, I'll introduce myself. I'm Gregory, and I'm the founder of Dapp University, where I teach you how to become a blockchain master. So I take people from all different backgrounds and turn them into real-world blockchain developers. Whether you have zero programming experience or you have some coding experience already and want to transition into blockchain, that's what I do here at Dapp University. So I have a plethora of learning resources out there online, free resources on my YouTube channel, and also written guides on my website over at dappuniversity.com that teach you blockchain by building complete applications. But I also have the blockchain bootcamp. So that's like if you've tried the tutorials and you want to take the next step, or you want to take a master shortcut and just learn to master blockchain step by step from start to finish. And that's what the blockchain bootcamp is for. And I've helped people with zero programming experience become real world blockchain developers, and also people who have regular coding jobs, transition into blockchain, and some of them have even gone on to build their own real world products, right? Not necessarily going the job route. So in this hackathon, I'm going to be giving away 2 memberships to the blockchain bootcamp. And I want to tell you a little bit about what I'm looking for when I give those out. I'll be looking for people who are, just getting into blockchain and trying to, grasp the fundamentals in order to build their own projects. So, use this time to get in. You don't have to be an expert to get started now. The best way is to just jump in, all right? And so that's what I'm gonna be looking for whenever I judge this hackathon and give out these prizes. Basically people who are new to the blockchain space who have demonstrated a lot of improvement over the course of this hackathon by just taking the plunge, taking chances, coming up with creative ideas, maybe some most improved awards, things like that, because that's what I think can ultimately really benefit from this blockchain bootcamp. So, you've demonstrated your interest in blockchain, you've gone out there and just tried it for yourself, tried to pull that sword from the stone. And once you've gotten a taste of that, I can show you how to take that next step and build a real world blockchain application that will give you the skills that you need to, land a high paying job, become a freelancer, build your own real world project, whatever. And so I'm super excited to be a part of this. Again, I wish I could be here with you all today, but yeah, that's all I've got. And I look forward to seeing your submissions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So that's the lineup there. That's the lineup of our sponsors. We clearly have an insane lineup of sponsors, just some really fantastic prizes, going everywhere from building something fantastic on a certain platform all the way down to, if you're brand new, getting a prize that'll teach you how to get even better. So, we're really thankful to all our sponsors here. We're really, really glad that that everyone can make it and be a part. And we're really glad that all the engineers showed up and all the engineers and all of you guys showed up to hack and to build and to help work with some of these projects. So that's really it. That's going to be the opening presentation here. Again, after this, we have the team finding event in Discord. So if you don't have a team yet, you're looking for a team, be sure to hop over to Discord, start setting up your team. I'll be there in a minute. A couple of team members will be there in a minute to help facilitate that as well. If it's really late for you where you are and you want to go to bed, we will be having another team finding event tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST. That's 12 GMT. So if you can't make this event, you can come to tomorrow and start making your teams there. And again, too, if that doesn't work for you, feel free to just DM somebody in the Discord, say, hey, here's kind of what I'm looking into, introduce yourself in the introductions and start building a team. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Now it's off to the races. Now it's time to start building. It's time to start putting the pedal to the metal. Be sure, again, to look out for those events, for those workshops, because those are really going to be really informative. A lot of the people that you saw here today are actually running some of these workshops to show you how to use their tools and how to empower your projects to be even better. So be sure to check those out. Be sure to jump on for the workshops. And again, those will be up to YouTube if you don't get a chance to view them. So if the timing doesn't work out, you'll still have access to the resource. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being a part of the Chainlink Hackathon. We're really excited to see what everybody builds, and we're really excited to push to the next level here. And I'll see you at the team finding event.